Hello, my name is Maria Fernanda, and I'm the host of IOScholarships Superheroes podcast.
Easy, easy, so easy.
This podcast is only a 10-minute podcast that highlights the best kept secret of IO scholars, job recruiters, and community influencers. And most importantly, we want to provide you financial resources to go to college debt free and become financially savvy. And today we have a very special guest that I met at the National Scholarship Providers Association conference. I want to welcome Phillip Hang. He's a senior scholarship officer at the Society of Manufacturing Engineers, known as SME, where he supports actually students pursuing degrees in manufacturing and engineers. And he has extensive experience in higher education, being working before as a counselor, actually providing financial education to several organizations. And most importantly, he has a strong passion to providing educational opportunities and access to underrepresented students in STEM. Phillip, it is a pleasure to have you today in the show.
Hey, Maria, I really appreciate the opportunity to be on the podcast today, and happy to talk a little bit more about scholarships and opportunities for students.
Great. Well, I'm very aware that your organization is doing a lot of things for underrepresented students in STEM. And again, I had a pleasure to meet you at the conference. Tell us a little bit about SME and how are you helping students access education and internship opportunities in the area of STEM?
Yeah. So SME, like you mentioned at the beginning, is historically known as the Society of Manufacturing Engineers. So they are a key player in the world of manufacturing, helping to advance the word of manufacturing, spread awareness of how manufacturing plays into the national economy, and help the manufacturing space achieve the skills gap. As you know, there's a lot of positions in the world of manufacturing that are going to be unfilled. So SME is here to help alleviate that and provide awareness and resources in the manufacturing world. For us in the SME Education Foundation, we're here to inspire, prepare, and support that next generation of manufacturing and engineering talent. And we do so through one of the key pieces is our scholarship program, which I manage. And our scholarship program essentially provides these dollars for students that are interested in the field of manufacturing and engineering. We make awards from anywhere from $2,500 all the way to $20,000. And what's great about our application is it's one application that students complete to be considered for all available scholarships. So we try to make it the process somewhat easy on the students, allowing them to just complete one application to be considered for all available scholarships.
Yes, and I'm very aware that you provide millions of dollars through the years to these students, these underrepresented students in STEM. And actually, you mentioned to me at the conference that your organization challenge is that only 5% of the applicants are interested in attending a community college. And that's very interesting because Latinos, they're considering what are the pros and cons to go to a university versus a community college. So tell us a little bit more about your scholarships for students that they're interested in a 2-year education instead of a traditional 4-year.
Yeah, so that's a very good point that you mentioned. So, even though we are a national scholarship program, receive several applications and award millions of dollars in our history, a small population of the students who are interested in or aware, let's use the word aware of our program, are those that are interested in attending a community college. And, we really feel that to provide opportunity, not just to diverse representative of students, but access is key. And a lot of the starting points for students is going to a 2-year program at a community college. So we are looking to really ramp up our awareness to students that we have scholarships available for students that are interested in going to a community college that we are supporting students in. So one of the efforts that I will shine a light on is our program through our McPhail Scholarship Program. So this scholarship program that we have is specifically for female or minority students. There's a 2-year and a 4-year component of it, but specifically for the community college, we'll talk about the 2-year program. So it's a 2-year renewable scholarship for students that are interested in pursuing a manufacturing or engineering program. We award $2,500 per year up to 2 years, so they can receive a total award of $5,000. And these are a need-based renewable scholarship for diverse students and or female students. So very specific to that, and it's for open to graduating high school seniors. So if you're a graduating high school senior and you fit those descriptions that we shared there, and you're interested in the work exploring the field of manufacturing or engineering, I highly encourage you to seek us out when our application launches on November 1st.
Yes, November 1st is approaching, and it's very important to get organized. What do you recommend for students to get organized to, in advance of that opening application for November 1st?
Yeah, so for our application, like I said, the great thing is it's one application that they complete. So that, that alleviates some concern, but there's also some additional requirements that students need to submit. So we require students to submit a resume, a student statement that just has to be 1 page or less. They also need to supply their transcripts. Unofficial transcripts are fine for the application. A STEM course list, so that helps the evaluators see which relevant STEM courses that they have taken. And then students also will need to supply contact information for 2 letters of recommendation. One of those must be from an instructor. STEM instructors obviously can help advocate that a little bit more, and only helps within their application. But that's essentially the core requirements. Now, I did mention that we have a need-based scholarship program. So if you are a student that is Pell Grant eligible, as demonstrated by completing the FAFSA, we require that students submit the FAFSA submission summary as part of their application as well. And we do know this year, as many have heard, that there's been a lot of changes to the FAFSA. So the FAFSA will not open until sometime in December. So we are aware of that as well. So as more information comes up, we will share that information with students. But at this time, the requirement if they want to be considered for need-based scholarships, is to also submit a copy of their FAFSA submission summary that shows that they are Pell Grant eligible.
Well, that's what I love about your organization, that basically with one application, when you log in and you apply for SME, it opens opportunities to hundreds of scholarships that you have available. So that's very efficient for students to fill out at the beginning one application. And also you offer mentorship opportunities. That is so important to highlight.
Yeah, definitely. So I appreciate you bringing that back up. So as it relates to, so I'll go back to our need-based renewable scholarship programs that we offer. So, not only are you receiving the scholarship support for the 2 years, SME is going to be kind of there with you every step of the way. So, students who receive the scholarship get a complimentary membership to SME, so they get the access to all the news and information and access to events and other things that SME makes available to its members. But then also for these students that are a part of this cohort of students, we have the Bright Mind Community of Scholars, which, in addition, the students are getting all of those benefits, but then we also provide mentorship opportunities for these students. So these students get to be paired with leaders and very important people in the world of manufacturing who are donating their time to be with the student every step of their way. If they're doing the 2-year program, they'll be with them for 2 years, 4 years if they're in the 4-year cohort of the scholarship. So we try to provide a lot of support, and hopefully the goal is for these students to be future leaders in the world of manufacturing.
Visit IO Scholarships as we have access to thousands of STEM scholarships based on your unique ethnic background, waiting for you today. Some of them only require 2.5 GPA and no essay. Remember, the more you apply, the more chances you have to win. Apply today. That's fantastic. It's so important not only to have the academic skills, but also the hands-on experience and technical training and so forth in the real world. So I appreciate that you guys offer that type of mentorship opportunities for students. Now, if I'm a student and I think I might have a shot to apply for your scholarship, tell me 3 tips that I need to know that will actually impress the scholarship committee at SME.
Yeah, well, I say this to not just for our scholarship program, but any scholarship program that you're seeking out. I think the first thing is be aware of the entity that you're applying to. So, here at SME, we're manufacturing and engineering focused. So the more your application is geared towards that, and you have an understanding, or maybe you have some involvement with SME, that only helps your application. So I would say that's the first thing. Any scholarship entity that you're applying to, just be aware of them, their mission, and the more that your application is related to that strengthens your application. The next thing is, you can't complete the application from start to finish in a day anymore, especially now with some of the FAFSA changes. So even if your plan is to submit on our last day of the application being open on February 1st, it's important that before that time, you take the time in the application to identify people who would be you want as your letters of recommendation. Reach out to them in advance to make sure that they're okay with supplying you a letter of recommendation. So just kind of that preparedness is really important. And the third thing is ask questions. If it's a program that you're interested in, every one of these organizations has a scholarship team, scholarship person. Here at SME, it's myself. Feel free to reach out to us. We're only here to just support the students, to just really help you. We want you to get the scholarships. We have money to give away. So any way we can help provide any guidance about the application tips, or talk about our program, we're more than happy to do that to support the students.
That's very important that students understand that now is the time to prepare. Don't wait until the last minute to apply. Phillip gave a lot of good recommendations of how to get prepared. And actually the deadline, I think, is February 2024. Yeah. Am I right?
Yes. So our application opens just in a few weeks here, November 1st. Our application opens. Our application runs through February 1st. Like I said, with some of the changes to the FAFSA for the need-based component, we're kind of watching that on a regular basis, but we're looking that students still need to complete their application by the February 1st deadline, but we will likely make some accommodations for students who just need to submit the FAFSA submission summary after February 1st. So all that information will be available on our website when our application goes live. And if you're a student that's interested in the world of manufacturing engineering, because the world of manufacturing is so broad. We're in so many sectors, and if you ever thought to consider it, think of SME, think of the SME Education Foundation. And another thing I'll add to it is if you explore SME, you see that we're a membership-based organization. However, for our application, it's open to any student that's eligible or would be interested in our scholarship program. So it's not, you don't need to be an SME member to apply for our scholarships. It's open to any students that meet our minimum criteria. So I encourage everyone who's interested to apply.
Thank you, Philip. And thank you for your time and actually most importantly, for your passion to provide access and opportunities for students in STEM. I really appreciate your presence. And thank you again for being part of the show.
Thanks, Maria. I really appreciate the time.